Alrighty then, hold on to your gadgets. After today's tech update, we've got a call from my weekend show, The Kim Komando Show, that's just too good to skip. Everyone's heard by now that Apple, one of the world's most valuable companies, canceled its electric car even before one prototype could roll off the production line. Well, here's an inside look. I'm Kim Komando, brought to you by NetSuite. Right now, you can get NetSuite's popular KPI checklist free at netsuite.com/Kim. As news of Apple's car demise leaked out, it appears that the project was codenamed Titan, but Apple workers use a different name, Titanic. There was trouble from the start. The project had been grinding away for more than a decade. The designs were totally scrapped at least 3 times. Some wanted a competitor to Tesla. Others wanted something more exotic. With too many designers, engineers, and empty suit vice presidents, no one could agree on anything. Insiders say that this is just a glimpse of Apple since Steve Jobs died. Wobbly leadership, lots of VPs, no one knows what to do, internal disagreements, and the cost of this fiasco, $10 billion. Join 500,000 folks who get my free newsletter at getkim.com. All right, just as I promised, here's a fantastic call from my show that you've got to hear. Rosanna in Goodyear, Arizona. Hello there, Rosanna.
Yes, hi, how are you?
So does everybody just sing you that song? Rosanna, Rosanna, do they?
Yes, I've been immortalized. Yes, I have.
You're like,
yes,
oh my
gosh.
If somebody, it's like when I meet people for the first time, and Rosanna, people say, oh, I bet you go commando. Like, I've never heard that before, you know? Like,
right.
Okay, that was new.
Right.
All right, so what's going on?
I'm excited.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because I actually drive by your office there on 7th Street quite a bit.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh my gosh, so thank you for taking time for me.
Oh, you betcha.
So my issue is my internet. I have Cox Communications. You know, I'm spending like $250 plus every month.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
it's frustrating. I just don't want to keep paying that. You know, I live out, you know, in the West Valley here and, you know, in Goodyear, and it's just, I just need to have a better option. I don't like throwing my money away.
No, nobody does. So is the $250, is that all of your TV and internet and phone?
No,
is that what it is?
No, that's my internet.
Why is it so much?
That's my internet. Cox, and I do have a fax that I run because I'm a notary as well, but...
I'm sorry, you said you have a fax line? Is that it?
Yeah, I do have a fax line with Cox as well. So, I mean, you know, it's not all the bells and whistles, it's a fax. But Cox, you know, it's like, well, if I don't bundle and do all their other stuff, you know, it is high-speed internet, but I don't want to pay that much money. There's got to be a better alternative.
Here's what you need to do. Number one is I want you to I want you to make sure that you're getting the package that you need. Okay. And so I'm going to send you links to do all this, Rosanna. But what you're going to do is you're going to do a speed test. So let's make sure the speed that they say that they're giving you is the speed that you're getting. If you're getting internet and cable, you may be getting a faster package that you just don't need. Okay. And in addition to that, when you first sign up for Cox or any other cable company, it seems like they give you all these free promos, right? Like you get a sports package, the regional package, whatever it is. And then after 6 months or a year, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it wasn't free anymore. And that keeps tacking on the bill, right? So I want you to make sure that that's not on there. If you are renting your modem and renting your router, you're going to save money by buying those. And so those could be additional costs on there. Now, before you quit the cable altogether, what you do is you call Cox and you say, you know what? You back up. You say, go to the website and find out what's the cheapest package you can get. Okay. Now, then you call them up and say, I want that package. And they'll say, well, you can't do that because you're an existing customer. Then you ask to speak to somebody in the retention department. Okay. The retention department has the ability to lower this bill for you. Okay.
Okay.
And versus the rep who you just get on the front line isn't able to do that. So if you ask to speak to somebody in the retention department, then it's easier to keep a customer than find a new one. And you may find that they're going to slash your bill just to keep you as a current customer. Okay. And then they may say this is going to be good for 6 months because you're going to say, you know what, I can't afford it. I lost my job, inflation, whatever it may be. Everything's gone up. Okay, I got to make a choice. So it's either going to be you or I'm going to go over to T-Mobile because they're telling me that I can get $50 a month. to have my internet through T-Mobile. So you do all that. Now, about the fax line, you can, because you're a notary, are you sending a lot of faxes?
Right now, I'm not. Okay. You know how things ebb and flow, and I took another position, so I'm just, it's like, all right, I can do that on, on the side, so it's not like I'm doing a whole lot with it right now.
Because, there are free fax services. And that will give you where you can send a fax, you can receive a fax for free. You get like a certain number of faxes per month. Maybe it's 10 or 15 faxes per month. So everything is done over the internet, so you don't need a quote-unquote fax line. Okay, you'll get a phone number that somebody could send you a fax to, and you could receive a fax. And then, of course, if you find yourself doing this, eFax, I think, is like, I don't know, $20, $30 a month, something like that, to have an account. Now, the free faxes, okay, what's the catch? Okay, the catch is that when they get your fax or when you get a fax, there's an ad for something on it, maybe like Vistaprint or something, but who cares? It's free, so what?
Right.
But you do get a fax number. So that may also be a way that you could save some money on this Cox bill. So before we totally cut Cox or cut the cable, let's go through some of these basic procedures and these basic methods. And then maybe after the fact, we'll be able to, keep Cox, and then you get the bill down, and then we don't have to worry about, changing things and email addresses and good stuff like that. So, Rosanna, I'm going to put a whole bunch of tips for you over inside the Q&A forum in the Komando community. And next time you drive by, I want you to wave. Hey, thanks for hitting play today. You're awesome. If you have questions, shoot them my way. Head over to komando.com and look for that Email Kim link. I read every single note like it's a hot, off-the-press tech news alert. Hey, get ahead of the tech game, too. Just sign up for my free daily newsletter. It's just a click away over at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.